there, it's Shauna. I hope you're doing good. This video is all about your moon in your birth chart in the sign of Scorpio. So this video is for you if you have your natal moon in your birth chart in Scorpio. If you don't know what your moon sign is, I'll have a link below so that you can look it up. If you want to know more about exactly what the moon means in your birth chart, you can watch my other video about that. But in essence, the moon gives insight into our internal nature. It tells us about our instincts, our intuition, the way that we process things emotionally. And at a deeper level, the moon in your birth chart tells you about what you need to take in order to feel spiritually and emotionally nourished and fulfilled. So when your moon is in the sign of Scorpio, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of an emotionally intense kind of placement. Scorpio is all about intensity and the death and rebirth process. Scorpio is about looking underneath the surface of things, like really investigating things, like getting into like the nitty-gritty stuff, the subconscious mind, ulterior motives. This is all Scorpio kind of energy. So when your moon is there is an emotional need for those kinds of things. And the way that you process things emotionally, if your moon is in Scorpio, is this constant like regeneration. So depending on what your life is like and what else is going on in your chart and who you are as a human being, there are varying levels of intensity. But for you, the emotional process, like feeling emotions and processing things in situations, it is not something that is light. It's very intense, and there's always like this regeneration that must happen for you in order to process something. So there must be like, with your moon in Scorpio, there must be like a mini death of some kind of concept of who you are that feels really good to you. And during the time, it may feel like intense or a struggle or something like that, but once you are able to process something, it feels really good and really light, because it's like a new part of you is always being born at a certain level emotionally. So again, this energy, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit intense. So a person with their moon in Scorpio, there is a constant level of feeling intensely, and you may find that the relationships that you draw and the people that you surround yourself and the environment that you like to be in, it feels better when there's an emotional intensity there. It feels better when there's a depth there. Scorpio is all about depth as well. Scorpio energy is very perceptive, very sensitive, and very intuitive. So just like I always like to think of this energy as very similar to someone with their moon in Cancer or moon in Pisces, because these are water signs. So these are naturally intuitive signs. And when the moon, which represents our intuition and our instincts and our primal needs and desires, when the moon with that energy is in a water sign, it amplifies that energy. So with your moon in Scorpio, there is a lot of intuitive abilities and there's a lot of sensitivity to energies. So this is a little bit different with Pisces and Cancer. When your moon is in Scorpio, you are sensitive to other people's energy, to the energy in the room around you. But there's this sense of like wanting to go deeper into that. Like Scorpio likes to penetrate things. That's why Scorpio is associated with sex, you know, because there's this need to like go into something very, very deeply. And that can be sexual or not. But there's a need for a Scorpio person to penetrate something for you. So for you emotionally, there's a need to like really go deep into something, whatever it is. That can be a relationship, a situation, a job, etc. But you need that kind of stuff to feel good emotionally. If something feels too surface for you, it's gonna stagnate you. You need to be able to like go there with someone. So for this reason, you need to surround yourself with people, places, things, and situations where there's kind of a level of mystery there, where there's this level of needing to figure things out and to look underneath the surface. So the high side of this is having people who are mysterious and multi-layered and multi-dimensional, and that don't just share everything immediately with you. The shadow side of this is getting into situations where people are mischievous or trying to withhold something from you in a way that is negative or harmful and that kind of thing. So I find this a lot with people with Scorpio moons. There's this like little tipping point, because when someone is mysterious, sometimes it is just because they are more withdrawn and mysterious. or situation even, but sometimes a person is mysterious because that person is not entirely forthright with you, and they're not entirely being honest with you and that kind of thing. So with your moon in Scorpio, I want you to really watch for, and you'll know because you are so intuitive. The trick is you want to be led by your curiosity. You like that mystery and that kind of thing. But once you get into a certain point with someone or with a situation, you're going to know when you need to pull back. You're going to know when it's a point where if you continue with this person or this situation, that you will become damaged. And damaged not like in a physical way, you know, sometimes physical, but like emotionally damaged. So you know, Scorpio moon, I know that you know what I'm talking about. There's a certain level of going in, and then you need to decide when too much is too much and when to pull back with someone or something, and then when it's safe for you to go deeper, because you are so sensitive. And I think that people don't always realize that about you. With Scorpio moons, there is like a protectiveness of the heart. There is a protectiveness of the emotions. And I think that's entirely healthy for you to have that protection, because your heart is very sensitive. So only share that with people who you know are going to really take care of that and to honor you. So yeah, I hope you like this. If you like this video, please like it and share it with a friend. I'll have links below to all of my connections on Facebook and Instagram. I would love it if you can follow me and say hi. I do updates on the moon cycles and the astrology signs and all kinds of other fun stuff as well. So hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Namaste. Mwah.